She doesn't like to be held, but she was in my spot, so she's gonna deal with it for the intro of this video. Maybe not. Okay, so it's been like a whole 3 years or something since I uploaded. I don't really have too much of an excuse, although I do have a learning experience and a story that I would like to share with you guys via testosterone update, life update, all of that. So if you don't even remember who I am and you actually clicked on this video in your sub box, it's probably because I made a masculine makeup video and you sub for more makeup tutorial stuff. Probably won't be doing that. I do have a TikTok where I'm going to be doing more makeup stuff, but I will be like doing actual makeup to post as photography, art, whatever you want to call it, on my Instagram account. I will put all of that stuff in the description. I have a new Instagram account, but you can follow my old one, I guess. I'm not really going to abandon the old one, but the reach is dead because I stopped posting over there for a couple years too, all for the same reason, and this video will cover all of that. I will be talking more about testosterone stuff. I am going to try some commentary style videos. I don't know how good I'm going to be at that, but those are my favorite videos to watch. And they say that you should create the kind of things that you enjoy yourself. I swear to God, if one more cat here sticks to my fucking face, that you should create that stuff. So yeah, I've got kind of some stuff I want to do, but it's not a solid direction. So if there's anything you want me to do, you can go ahead and just let me know in the comments. And with all of that, this is basically where I went and what happened to me. So something I think everyone needs to understand more, online especially, is that transition is not as easy or linear, I'm going to use that word a lot in this video, as it looks like it is. You know, you watch these update videos and you're like, wow, it just happens, you know, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. You get top surgery, wow, that's so cool. But sometimes that's not how it is. Sometimes you're from the South, where the care for that stuff is very wishy-washy, especially if you don't have a letter from a therapist. If you're using informed consent, that makes it even harder. And if you don't have insurance, that adds a third layer of hard. So to be honest with you guys, I was very lucky to get on testosterone the first time I got on testosterone. There was a healthcare center in my area that was taking patients at the time, and I slid in at a good time. Sometimes social media makes things look like so perfect, you know, the social media rose-tinted lenses. It applies to transitions too, you know. Not everyone's 100% ecstatic, happy with their top surgery results, and not every person starts testosterone and never has to stop some way along the road. I unfortunately had to stop at around 8 months. That really sucked, I'm not gonna lie. That was like the worst period of my life. Unwillingly detransitioning at an age where female reproductive hormones seem to be like really strong. Like I got that second puberty that they talk about in defab people. I gained a bunch of weight, which really accentuated things that I didn't want to be accentuated. It sucked, it was the worst, and I really didn't want to be seen by people. I felt kind of ashamed to face YouTube and have to be like, hey guys, I don't have a 9-month update for you guys because I'm poor. That was basically what it was. I didn't have a job. Social media was my only income source, and even then it was like really only the beginnings of it, you know. I wasn't a top influencer or anything. So I didn't just have like a whole bunch of cash, and I definitely didn't have insurance. I couldn't afford my appointment to get my refill. And I was like, okay, you know, no big deal. I'll just reschedule and I'll go in when I have the money. And I didn't end up having the money for quite a few months later. By the time I had the money, they were no longer taking new patients. And it had been so long that I was a new patient again. So that really sucked. That was the worst, because then I was back all the way to square one. But yeah, all the while, I felt like I couldn't come on here because, you know, as nice as they are, I get a bunch of messages on the trans-related stuff telling me that I'm like inspiring them and that, you know, whatever, I don't know. It makes me feel like I have a lot more, well, not anymore, but it made me feel like I had a lot of pressure on me to like, I don't know, have a successful transition because more people were watching it. And I don't regret like showing it or anything, but I think I regret not just coming on and telling you guys back then, hey guys, this happens sometimes to trans people. You guys might even have been able to help me get back on testosterone faster if I would have just came out and talked about it. So I'm sorry for not doing that. But I want this to be a lesson maybe for people watching that are in that current situation where they've had to stop testosterone and they're like, will I ever even get on it again? You know, was the time that I was on it even real? Like, I had a whole bunch of fucking problems when I was off of mine. It's really crazy, the chemical shift that happened. The chemical shift, I sound like a fucking idiot. But you know what I'm saying, it's really crazy what a sudden detransition can do to someone that doesn't want to detransition. I was like literally on cloud 9 and then that happened to me and everything seemed to kind of crumble after that, you know. I stopped posting on Instagram nearly as much. Like I said, I'd also put on a lot of weight, so I just didn't like look like myself, and I was never happy with anything that I was doing cosplay wise or makeup wise, so I kind of just disappeared. By the time I came back, it was like a dead zone, you know. Anyway, that was what happened to me, why I stopped posting. What I did in between that time and how I got back on testosterone, that's what I'm going to talk about now. So I got a job at Starbucks for a little while. I worked there for not quite 2 years. I recently left. That turned my life around from where it had been. Like I said, I was like rock bottom. So having an income source, having something to go do with people that were very inclusive and accepting, all of my managers and coworkers and everybody was very, very accepting of it. And everyone was just very funny and young and cool to be around. I got on health insurance at Starbucks, and ironically I didn't end up getting to use the health insurance, but it was still nice to know that I was an adult with a job that had health insurance. Basically because I was saving money working there, I was able to accumulate enough to drive out of state. I have to go to fucking Tennessee to get my testosterone shots now, and because of COVID I'm able to do telemedicine. I had to just find the closest Planned Parenthood to me, which was out of state, like 3.5 hours. I went there, I got everything set up there, and then I want to say my second time out there, I've only been out there, it's such a long way away and memory and time are fake, but I've been out there 2 or 3 times, I think 2 times, and I was supposed to go 3 times, but COVID happened. But the second time I was supposed to go out there, they called me on the way there and said that their endo and their HRT doctor no longer worked at the Planned Parenthood, and I don't blame her. It was very not a great office. They weren't very funded. They redirected me to a different office, which is actually a family care center or whatever. What is it? A primary care center. They sent me to a primary care center, which is even farther away. It's almost 5 hours away. I have the greatest best friend in the world for driving me, because I still can't drive. I'll make a video on that if you want, because that's a whole nother story. Now I have to drive that far away with my friend Jake to go get my testosterone, however many times a year I have to go do blood tests. Hopefully, because it's been over a year now, after I go again after COVID, I won't have to go for a while. I got on testosterone again over a year ago and had planned to come back on YouTube and stuff. But I was still working, and I just didn't have any time because I was so tired from working all the time. Long story short, I left Starbucks because of COVID. They offered me some money to leave, and I took that. Yeah, quick update within the update. Sorry, I'm holding the camera this time, so it's probably shaking a little. Starbucks cucked me out of that money, and I left my job for nothing, basically. Ha 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 ha. Basically, they offered people a deal to take a severance, and in addition to that severance there was supposed to be a lump sum payout if you were enrolled in insurance benefits, and they dropped my benefits in March without emailing me or sending an email to my home or telling anybody. Yeah, so I took the leave in June for nothing. Love that. Yeah, so this is just me reiterating for the 100th time. Please check out my links. Thanks. Because I can get another job somewhere. I feel like I'd kind of mastered my barista skills. I was on bar 24/7. I was so good at my job. I'm just gonna say that right now. Now that I'm not working, I have an OnlyFans. I'll put it on the screen. I don't know how YouTube's gonna monetize me because I haven't made a video in such a long time. I've watched this one get immediately demonetized. If you're of age, I have one of those, and I'll link that in the description. I'm also gonna try my hand at another GoFundMe for my top surgery because I still haven't gotten top surgery, but I'll put a link for that if you guys want to help me reach that goal. I'm probably not gonna do too many more testosterone update videos because most of my changes that are super apparent to you guys are already visible. I am going to be trying to work out, and I'll probably talk to you guys about that if I see any noticeable changes. All of my social media stuff will be down there. I draw furry art too. It's been a minute, but I do still draw it, and I am still working on commissions. That'll be linked down there. Please don't leave any mean comments about my teeth. I'm going to get them fixed soon with that Starbucks severance, okay? Please just leave me alone about it. I know they're jank. This video ended a little bit more abruptly than I wanted it to, but I was able to sum up my stories. The moral of the story is, you know, don't be discouraged if you have to stop testosterone because you're broke or because your office says fuck you. You'll find another office, you'll make more money, life goes on, you're young. It doesn't matter if you're not young, you can still transition, it doesn't even matter. Just live day by day and work towards your future, and don't let social media like make you feel like your experience with whatever you're going through has to be the same as someone else's, because usually they're just showing you the best parts of that thing anyway. If there's anything in this video that you guys want me to talk about more in depth in a different video let me know. Like, I can talk about being 25 and not knowing how to fucking drive yet. I can talk about how it feels to just stop testosterone abruptly, although that would be a very sad and negative video. I could do a new version of that masculine makeup tutorial that will probably not get remotely the same amount of likes, but be 10 times better and more informative and more experienced now, even though I'm not wearing masculine makeup at all today. Just let me know what you guys want to see. Thanks for watching all of this update. If you did, my cat's meowing outside. I will hopefully see you guys soon. I'm gonna aim for 2 to 3 videos a month at first. Oh my god, Sunny, please, I'm just trying to do an outro. Alright, I love you guys, bye.
It's just